Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda. Help.
Describe her in one word.
Thanks, Jimmy. Kiss for a quarter.
Tell me about the day she was born.
That was an experience and a half. We lived in Highland Park in St. Paul. You don't care, my water broke and we needed to go to the hospital. But anyway, her dad grabbed the suitcase and we went out to the car. We got out to the car to go to the hospital and there was a flat tire on the driver's side. So I went back in while he changed the tire. He came and got me. We went to the other side of the car. There was a flat tire there. Well, we didn't have another spare. So we had to go back in and ask our neighbor to take me to the hospital so she could be born.
Where did you get the name Rhonda?
You don't want to know that she's preemie and was 6 pounds?
Oh, you can say all that. That's fine.
And when she was born, she was so cute, but she was premature and she was 5 pounds, 7 ounces.
Okay.
Okay.
Where did you get the name Rhonda?
I just liked it, and I think I really liked a movie star that was named Rhonda Fleming, and I think that had a little to do with it too, which sounds really like a blonde joke right now.
What was she like as a baby?
Very serious, smart and active, but serious. She didn't laugh until she was like 10 months old, where she actually laughed out loud. I picked her up to put her on the refrigerator, and that was the first time she laughed out loud. She was 10 months old, which is really late for laughing.
What was her first word?
Mama.
Did she like being an older sister?
I think so. When her brothers were really little, when they got older, not so much. And she was very competitive. And I'd like to share the story with her where her brothers had built up this jump in the front yard where they were jumping their bikes over it, and she thought, I can do that too. And she flew over the jump and spilled and broke her collarbone. So we had to deal with that after that.
What hobbies or activities did she participate in?
She had a lot of hobbies. She was in Brownies, Girl Scouts. She played piano, guitar. She loved to ride horse. Most activities.
Do you have a favorite memory of her as a little girl?
The earliest one I can remember is when she was about 2, and she came to show me something that was in her hand, and it was a bumblebee, and it never stung her. She was holding in her folded hand this little bumblebee she got off a flower. To this day, I don't understand why it didn't sting her.
I remember the story where she was driving her boyfriend's car illegally underage, and she pulled up to the stop sign smoking her cigarette with her girlfriends. Her boyfriend wasn't even in the car, and Grandpa pulled up across from her at the other four-way stop. And when she got home, because she knew she was in trouble and he told her to get home, he didn't even yell at her about driving underage. He was pissed that she was smoking.
I grounded her, and I don't remember what for anymore, but I think I felt guilty for doing it. Her friends came down, and the slumber party was a pool party right up the street, and threw rocks at her window like I wouldn't hear it. And she snuck out and went to the party. And we had an Irish setter. That dog didn't even bark. She went out the basement window. She came back in, and the dog didn't bark, and I was sitting in the dark, and I said, I hope you had fun, because now you're really in trouble. She should remember that. Your mother used to sneak out of this window well when she was a teenager. She was always serious, but she liked to have fun. She was always with a group of friends. She always had a boyfriend. She was good in school, but she was just a very busy young lady. She also had a paper route and babysat for extra money. And the paper route the whole family suffered for. Her brother had a paper route too. She used to wake us up at 5:30 in the morning with her radio alarm going off to the tune of Jesus Christ Superstar. I mean, it was horrible. We all hated to hear her alarm clock. We'd all yell at her to turn it off the minute it went off.
I just remember her being like naughty when she grew up. I always remember that she had a boyfriend that was 3 years older. So like in high school, I think that was my goal too.
How did you meet?
Well, first I'd like to protest because I'm doing this interview without a beer. So, okay, how did we meet? We met at Peabody's.
Did
Ow!
Oops, sorry. Want to dance?
Did you step on her foot on purpose?
No, I never saw your mom. I just happened to back up, and she strategically had placed her feet such that I stepped on her.
What attracted you to her?
When I turned around, I saw your mom's face, and she had a big smile. I was attracted.
What did you do on your dates?
You know, when we dated, it was pretty much going from bar to bar to bar. We had some pretty good times.
What were her hobbies at the time?
She said she did a lot of horseback riding, but I very rarely saw her do that. But because we were dating, she also got into hunting and fishing. That changed after we got married.
How did you propose?
We were walking down Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis, and I proposed.
What did you do for your honeymoon?
Honeymoon? We didn't have any money. We didn't go on a honeymoon. We actually went up north, up by Alexandria, and went bird hunting, and took Rhonda's mom with us.
What did you think the first time that she brought Bob home?
Uh-oh.
I have known Rhonda for 31 years, and I met her at Embers when we were waitressing.
And then were you guys roommates?
No, she actually lived at home in Bloomington with her parents, her family.
What was her attitude then?
Carefree, free, spirited, a lot like Andrea, crazy, fun.
Do you remember any particular story?
Oh, okay. The story I remember, the first night her and I ever went out was when I first met her, and I got to meet your dad, Bob, at the same time. It was Cowboy Bob. He had his boots and his hat, and they were just really fun, and ever since that night we just started hanging out all the time. And there was a lot of times at Peabody's, and Rhonda was really good at riding that mechanical bull.
How was she as a pregnant woman? Did she have any weird cravings or make you go to the grocery store in the middle of the night?
She had all kinds of weird cravings. But I think with the first child, she was polite with me. Then she found out how tough it was to have a baby. So the second child, she had more cravings and was more demanding. And on the third child, she was totally demanding.
How many kids do you have, and list their names?
How many kids do we have? Let's see, what are their names? One is Tara, one is Andrea, and one is Ashley.
How was she as a pregnant lady?
Well, surprised. But she had, with 11 months apart, it was tough. And then, of course, I think it was bed rest with Tara. I think it was bed rest with Tara and two toddlers running around. So it was pretty tough on her.
How long have I known her? Well, I think I was still carrying a comb in my back pocket, and I met her through Barb.
What was her attitude?
Her attitude was she was always responsible. Having three little girls at a very young age, she had to be responsible.
What kind of mother would you say she is?
I'd say she's a very good mother. Her daughters always came first, and now her grandkids are right there with the daughters.
What is your first memory of Mom?
It may not be a good one because Ashley's a little liar, but I think when I was 4 or 3, we lived in St. Louis Park, and Ashley colored all over the dresser drawers with like blue or red marker, and then continued to color on me. So when Mom asked who colored on the dressers, I was blamed and then sent to my room for lying. And that's, I think, my earliest memory I have. But Mom was a strong disciplinary.
Well, Mom was really fun. She always had craft stuff lying around and was always helping us make all sorts of fun things, the little ghosts and goblins for Halloween, and we'd decorate cookies. Oh God, decorating cookies. I don't know how she did that with the three of us, because all we did is eat the chocolate and the cookie dough and anything else we could eat at the time. But yeah, we did a lot of creating with her. She was good about that.
Do I have anything in my teeth?
Nope, you're good. How did you meet?
Your mom and I met when we both moved into the same neighborhood together. She lived there first. Her and Bob had moved in first, and David and I moved in afterwards. And there was a garage sale at my house, of course, and somebody else was running the garage sale. I think I was at work. And your mom had been there, and I think it was my ex-mother-in-law who said, "There's this wonderful girl across the alley. You've got to meet her. She's got one kid and one kid on the way." I said, "Okay, I want to meet her." So she's out there, and the first time I ever laid eyes on her, she was holding Ashley on her hip, and Andrea was in front. So that's how we met, right across the alley from each other.
What was she doing at the time?
She was working at a grocery store, part-time, I think. And Bob, I don't know how they worked it. One of them was watching the kids at night, and she'd go to the grocery store. Or Ashley was the only one born then. But she was working at a grocery store, cashiering.
What was she like, and how would you describe her?
Fun. Sometimes wild. Rhonda's always been a great time. She's always fun. Exciting. Always up for trying something new.
What made you become friends?
Well, mostly because we lived so close together, and we'd go back and forth to each other's house. In fact, the first night she came over to my house one night, and of course we got out the photo albums. We started talking. She was there till, 2 in the morning. Bob was really mad. She finally went home, but we had a great time, and we've been friends ever since, and we just used to go back and forth across the alley all the time.
What kind of hobbies does she have? Or did she have?
Well, she did do cross stitch for a while. Everybody did cross stitch, and of course her ivy plates. We've got those. We've been to every antique store, thrift store, garage sale. We always look for ivy. In fact, all of us look for ivy for her now too, but I really don't think she needs any more ivy. Do you?
What do you guys like to do together?
Well, when we were young and we had all you kids, we would just hang out, We'd go to each other's houses in the evenings or on the weekends and throw all 5 of you kids in the same bathtub and hang out and play board games. And we had too many kids to hire a babysitter, so we had to stay home. And then as we got older, sometimes we hit the bars and went out dancing and had a good time that way. On the weekends, we'd hit the antique stores and the thrift stores.
Tell me a story from when you were both young mothers.
Well, I think mostly I kind of already did. It's more of a, we hung out. We took you kids to the park all the time. We hung out in the backyard. We'd be tanning. We'd be laying in the backyard tanning, and all you kids would be around us playing. And we'd make mass quantities of macaroni and cheese, put you all to bed, go back in the backyard tanning.
What kind of mother would you say she is?
She's a very good mother. In fact, there was that one time she knocked you guys' heads together. That's probably not such a good one. Or did she spray Lysol in your eyes or something like that? I can't remember how that story went. She's a very good mother. In fact, she got really mad at me one time when I showed up over at the house, and I think I had showed up with someone to show up a garage sale, and you kids were home alone, and of course I thought no big deal, and she let me have it, that was not to be done.
What aspects of her personality do you think you possess?
The loudness. The fun, the fun of her.
What was she like when you were younger?
She was always the fun mom, the loud mom. I don't know. All my friends wanted to be around her. You could always hear her at the basketball games.
Tell me about her being a stay-at-home mom.
I just remember, I don't ever remember. She says she got up early with us. I don't ever remember that. I remember going downstairs, watching cartoons, eating breakfast, and then bugging her to wake up. But I remember tanning in the backyard.
Oh, she's great. She's enthusiastic, warm-hearted, has a big heart, loves her daughters immensely.
What would you say has surprised you the most about her over the years?
That she agreed to build a retirement home in freaking Wisconsin.
Probably the fact that a few years ago she said she wanted to get a house on a lake in northern Wisconsin. That blew me away because she always talked about retirement as going south somewhere. So that was a big surprise to me.
Mom has always been there for me through singing, sports, our first cars. She loved the sporty cars with me, my Ford Probe. And then singing, she paid for me to go to New York, which I know was a lot of money because she totally believed in me and still does. Love you, Mommy.
The things that surprise me the most about Rhonda is that she sets goals for herself and she definitely achieves them. She got her bachelor's, she continued on with that. She got her furniture, yes, Bob. When in Maple Grove House, when you said no, she managed a way to figure out how she could borrow money and get the loan and get the furniture she wanted, and it fits real nice at your lake home, doesn't it, Bob?
Would you say she's different now than she was then?
Yeah, of course we all grow up, we get old, and things slow down for us, but not too much. She's still fun-loving and very fun to be around.
What do you think has kept you such great friends?
I think because we met at such a young age, I think that we always enjoyed hanging out together, and she just feels like a sister to me, so I think that's what keeps it. We can fight together and still love each other, doesn't matter.
Tell me what makes you the most proud about her.
I think the most proud I am of Mom is the fact that she did get her college degree after all those years. I mean, it wasn't like she went back to school and 3 years later got it. She had been working at it for probably 15 years, I think, by the time it was said and done. And I'm even more proud of her for her GPA, although mine was a little better.
That she is who she is and she doesn't care what people think.
I think the fact that she, there were a lot of things I was proud about with Rhonda. I love the fact that she got good grades. She graduated in the top 10% of her class. I love the fact that she finished college and graduated. There's just numerous things to be proud of.
How does it feel to be the only son?
Being outnumbered at many times and often the best.
Did she intimidate you when you started dating her daughter?
Yes, and still does today.
What aspects do you see in your wife that she got from her mother?
Definitely not any bodily aspects. Her personality for sure.
Does she have any addictions?
She has a slight one to these plates with ivy on them. Hopefully, I'll get them when she dies.
Do you have a favorite memory with her?
Yes, my favorite memory with her has nothing to do with kids. It has more to do with Rhonda wanting to become part of I don't know if you call it a flock of geese or a gaggle of geese, but she wanted to become one with that gaggle of geese. It was on Lake Minnetonka, and she was on a jet ski. When we got home that night, I think her mom made us do walk the straight line test and touch our fingers to our nose.
What has been your favorite vacation?
We've had a lot of favorite vacations, but probably our most fun were the Caribbean vacations we took, like in Cancun, and that includes even when you kids came once in a while. But obviously we've got a lot of friends that we did with Cancun and Puerto Rico, and so those were really a lot of fun.
What's the most adventurous thing you've done together?
Oh, I don't know that we've done a lot of adventure, but I'll say we went scuba diving when we were in the Caribbean, and Vail was where we went off a black diamond in kind of a whiteout, and that's where I cracked my rib.
Describe her in one word.
Fun. Crazy. I want to change that. Crazy.
Rhonda.
Blessed. Because she has got a great husband, 3 amazing daughters, a wonderful son-in-law, 2 beautiful grandchildren, and a great little grandpuppy as well. So she's just really blessed.
Competitive.
Vivacious.
Loyal. I think Rhonda is about the most loyal person you could ever want for a friend.
How has she changed over the years?
I don't know that she has changed over the years. She's a good friend. She's a true friend. You're gonna make me cry. I don't know that she's changed over the years. She'll still go out and have fun, but when it comes down to work or helping or pitching in, she's always there for you.
What kind of mom would you say that she is?
what kind of a mom? How about a very good mom? Obviously, we raised 3 good kids. So.
What kind of a grandma would you say she is?
Well, you know, when she was a mom, she said kids first. Obviously, now as a grandmother, we've learned grandkids first, kids second.
Is there any age that you would freeze yourselves at if you could?
Yeah, why not freeze ourselves back to when we were dating? It was a lot of fun when we didn't have all the pain of 3 daughters so demanding.
What qualities do you think your daughters got from her?
Basically, I think they're very outgoing. I think they think a lot of family and friends, and they try to help out as much as they can, and those are the same qualities your mom has.
What would you say that was her greatest accomplishment?
Besides me. That could be tough, but probably her greatest accomplishment is, yes, you 3 girls, and how she raised you.
Do you have any favorite memories?
We've got a lot of favorite memories, so I don't know that I could pick any one. I can just say that our memories are, when I think about all the family vacations we took together, and those were very favorite.
What aspects of her personality do you think you possess?
Well, I'm obsessive compulsive. Thanks, Mom. But I think that I'm really nice and polite, and I go out of my way to try to make people feel good, and I definitely know I got that from...
I couldn't say memories, and I think my favorite memories with my daughter is the birth of my granddaughters. That was special. And the fact that she shared all of the girls' special moments with me, whether it was baptism, confirmation, whatever. Those are the special moments. Those are the moments that I really bonded with my daughter.
If she had to be a color, what color would she be?
I'd say she's pink, unless she's in a Monopoly game with me. She turns blazing red.
Red. Mom's always loved red.
Red! Just kidding, black or white, because those are her favorite colors.
Red. Loud. Fun.
Green like the grass.
I'm going to say turquoise, Rhonda, because every time we go shopping, we fight over the same color, and one of us always wins, and the last time you did, so I owe you the next turquoise.
I'm going to make her green.
She would be psychedelic. She would not be any one color because she's... She would be psychedelic.
What things do you like to do together?
We love to sing around the bonfire, roast marshmallows on little sticks with wieners. It's great times.
Do you have anything you want to say? Like happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Rhonda.
Say happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Say I love you, Grandma.
Yay, Grandma.
I love you. Happy birthday. I hope we have you for 50 more years.
Happy birthday, Rhonda.
Oh, I want to say happy birthday, sister. I'm so happy to be still part of your life and spend this with you and your family. I said to Tara that I feel like you've been more part of my family, and for as long as we've known each other, my family loves you, I love you, and happy 50th, sweetie.
Happy birthday, Mom. I love you so much, and I'm so glad I was able to give you your first grandbaby, so I'm officially your favorite.
Happy birthday, Rhonda. I love you very much, and I'm glad that you're a good friend of mine. I'm very lucky to have you.
Happy birthday, you old bag.
Happy birthday, honey. I'm really excited by the fact that when you were turning 50, you originally said you wanted to go away to like San Diego, and I knew to escape from the fact that you were turning 50. This is the first time that together we discussed it. I said pig roast, you said San Diego, and we compromised, and this is the first time on that compromise we did it my way.
Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. I hope you enjoy your present.
What do you want to sing for her?
Oh! Tara. You weren't going to tell me while I sang. Remember?
Ina, just do it.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. No, I don't like it.
Okay, first of all,
Can we edit it?
Just go.
Okay, well, I think I'm just going to sing it regular then. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom. birthday to you. Thank you, Mommy.